Hey y'all, Kelly Whitney here with another thing older Black women should tell younger Black women but don't. Girls, I have a few signs that will help you to identify when your family members are trying to manipulate you. I'm talking about this because I had a conversation with my girlfriend and I was describing something that somebody was doing in my family and she's like, dude, it's just manipulation. I was like, yeah. I'm trying to beat around the bush or think how I could explain it, but it really is just that simple. I came up with a couple of ways that you can identify when somebody is trying to manipulate you. I'm anchoring it around family, but obviously you can extrapolate this if it's friends, if it's coworkers, if it's whomever you encounter there on house shit. You might be able to adapt one of these signs. Now, this is going to be kind of involved because your girl did some research, your girl took notes, but without further ado, the signs of manipulative behavior, the first one is really easy. They guilt trip you. They basically try to make you feel responsible for their emotions or their actions or whatever the case may be. After all I've done for you or some shit like that. If you love me, you would, that old hoe shit. Another sign of manipulative behavior is when they gaslight you. They basically deny that they said or did something, or they say you're remembering it incorrectly. Anything they can do to make you doubt your perception of the situation. They tell you you're overreacting or whatever they say so that you start to question your memory or your feelings. Now, the third way that people will manipulate you is to play the victim. Oh, I swear this is like a crowd favorite. Your family will try to portray themselves as helpless, or they're the victim of circumstance, or just something or some things are always happening to them. It's never their choice. It's never their actions. It's never their natural course or response to a choice that they made. They refuse to take any accountability and they just want sympathy to get their way, or they want money, your time, or all of the above. Good night. The fourth way you can identify if someone's trying to manipulate you is through emotional blackmail. If you don't do this, I don't know what I'll do. Not my problem, but that kind of shit creates a sense of obligation on your part, or it makes you fear the consequences of what they will do if they don't get their way. Now, the fifth way that people manipulate you is through passive aggressiveness. This is all about avoiding direct communication. So somebody will use sarcasm, or they'll give you the silent treatment, or they'll throw shots at you or whatever. But my thing about the silent treatment is, give me the silent treatment. I freaking love it. The stupid thing about people giving you the silent treatment is make sure the person actually wants to talk to you before you try that route. Okay, sweetie? Because the silent treatment could end up being a paid vacation. Just saying. Another way family members will try to manipulate you is through love bombing or excessive flattery. They shower you with praise or affection, or even try to give you gifts. That's immediately followed with demands or expectations that you do or lend or whatever the case may be. My sister's good for that shit. She'll be like, oh, I bought you some earrings. I told you I wasn't accepting any gifts. And I fucking meant that shit. Now, the next way people try to manipulate you is through triangulation. They rope in a third party to try to pressure you or isolate you in some way, or maybe even create an alliance against you. Please. Family members may play you off of somebody else or start rumors about you. There's no end to the whole shit, but the result is always a bunch of static that you subsequently have to sift through and defend yourself and all this nonsense. Another way people try to manipulate you is withholding. That could be communication, it could be affection, withholding support in an effort to punish you or make your life more difficult. It leaves you feeling like you need something from them, whether it's approval or their help or their acknowledgement. Good night. I need nothing from bums and hoe shit spreaders. And the last way that I clocked that family members will manipulate you is by overstepping boundaries. They ignore your boundaries altogether. They dismiss them. They belittle them. They make you feel disrespected. They overburden you. They insist on knowing every little detail about every little thing that's going on in your life, or giving you their opinion about everything even though you didn't ask for it. Or they want constant access to your time and your resources, shit that they did not worked for or planned for or saved for. It's crazy. How you deal with these signs of manipulation is really up to you. No contact is always an option. You can acknowledge that the person is on ho shit. Be like, yeah, good luck with your manipulation tactics. I do not care. I'm not doing it. I think that's like a crowd favorite, to just set clear boundaries and don't bend. My girlfriend was talking to me just earlier today about some ho shit that happened in her family. Somebody's car was impounded and guaranteed they're gonna call her to be bailed out. And she's already said, I ain't got it because I'm going on this trip, I'm going on this trip, I'm doing this. She ain't got it. Or if she does have it, she ain't got it. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes, you know, people have to fuck around and find out. And this is gonna be one of those situations. It's just like somebody in my family, their car was totaled by a snowplow. How does your car get totaled by a snowplow? You didn't see that big motherfucker coming? I mean, either you had a heart attack behind the wheel or you were on ho shit, because you don't just fight with a fucking snowplow and think you're gonna win. Like, be so for real. It's a shame, but it's like almost like, why are you telling me? Because I ain't got nothing for you. But this is what happens when people abuse your kindness. You end up feeling like that. That's why I think it's important for you to be able to recognize when people are trying to manipulate you. So you can be like, nice try. Thanks for playing. Good night. So stay calm, stay detached. When people try to manipulate you, you want to be able to say no. If it's tough for you, practice. Sounds weird, but practice saying no. All right. Politely, firmly decline to participate, engage, or lend. If they don't want to play by those rules, then you got to limit the engagement with that person, because if you don't have contact with that individual, then hey, no problem. If you need to seek support somewhere, obviously you should do that. Talk to your friends. That's a big one for me. You can always talk to a therapist if you have one. There's support groups out there, like our Treatmebetta community, for instance. You know, I mentioned no contact at the beginning, but I think you do. You need to kind of recognize when to walk away, because sometimes if you have experience dealing with staticky, problematic family members who are like prone to manipulate to try to get what they want, you have to recognize when it's a losing battle and just know when to walk away. Because if the manipulation is persistent and it's harmful, no contact or low contact, these are viable options, because enough ho shit. You know, it's 2025. People know what they're doing. We're all adults. We know that fat meat is greasy. We know that water is wet. We know that the sky is blue. So if you do stupid shit, you win stupid prizes. It's not rocket science. And I think that older Black women don't talk to younger Black women about how to deal with manipulative people, because low-key, we may be the manipulative people that they need to deal with, or we don't know how to deal with them appropriately because we have made a lifestyle of giving people what they want and helping them constantly and bending over backwards to accommodate weird, rude, excessive requests. That just turns you into a workhorse. It just turns you into a sucker from my perspective. And that's not behavior that you want to emulate. Work smarter, not harder. That's my motto for life. And that ends my TED Talk for today. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.